give us just a little background about you and who you are.
Sure. Well, I'm a blue and a white, so don't tell me I did bad. Tell me I'm pretty and I did really well. Just a very small tidbit of my story. I started, March 10th will be 3 years for me. And I started this because we were sinking in debt. And I came across Melanie because I was doing Julia Michaels' 90-Day Revolution. And I was doing really well, but I started to plateau in my weight loss. So I was doing some Google searching. It's taken me 3 years to actually remember what I was Google searching. But I was doing some Google searching, and we're going to get back to that, about how to get over plateau or to continue the weight loss journey, whatever. And I came across her blog. I mean, how many of you have come across her blog? So she talked to me for about a month about pretty much I need to up my calories, so on and so forth. Had nothing to do with Beachbody. I did that. I started losing 3 pounds a week again. I was like, okay, wow, and I'm still doing Julia Michaels' 90-Day Revolution. She then posted something about going to Disney World with her family that Beachbody was paying for. And that hit home. So that tip number 1 that's not supposed to be in this is don't be afraid to share what it's doing for you, because that is what got me into coaching. Her posting up on her blog saying that she's taking her kids to Disney. Why? Because for 2 years I sat there and I was miserable that I could not take my kids to Disney. I used to go every year as a child, and I said, we are so far in debt that I don't think we'd ever be able to do that. So that stuck with me, and I said, if she can do that, I can do that. So I signed up for the coaching. Melanie has put me in challenge groups. I've never finished them. I am not a challenge group person. But that's kind of how I got into this. It's just business-minded.
Right, and you're pretty, like even when I say, Kaileigh, you have to friend request people, and you've got, she's like, I don't know these people. Like, I'm not just going to friend request anybody.
I'm a who.
I don't know them. What if I don't like them? What if they're weird, you know? And so Kaileigh's kind of always had her own way of building her business, right? So tell us a little bit about, like, if you look, you're 5-star, you're elite, you know, you are specific in your business. Like, you are just not out there to the masses. You're specific.
Right. So I've always just spoken to who I believe that I am. And I'm still doing a lot of soul searching because, and I don't know if it's all blues or if it's just me, but I found that I tried to conform to everyone so that everyone likes me. So I've kind of lost who I was, and I'm still in that, whole transition of who am I, but I know that I'm a Christian. I know that I'm a mom of 2. I know that I started this business with a son who cried 24/7 for an entire year, ate every 2 hours. And I was here in this moment because I knew that there was something bigger. I was not supposed to spend my life living it that way. So I kind of just shared that, and if you follow me, you notice that I post a lot about my faith and, tips and stuff like that as far as that. So that's kind of, we're going to talk about like pages, and it's kind of the way that I've taken my like page in that direction of pretty much, the fitness and faith.
Right. So you were hitting Success Club, but all of a sudden you felt like, oh gosh, I don't know what else to do. So, and I don't know how I'm going to find people. I think we still have this conversation on a monthly basis. Well, I don't know how I'm going to find anybody. And where am I going to get Success Club at this month? And so here comes the like page. So you kind of give us some of your tips for like pages,
Yeah.
that you've been doing.
Sure. So I'm not a high Success Club point earner. My goal's 5. My main focus is working with my coaches to help them grow to, their goals. The 2 elites, the premiers, those are huge. One of the elites is planning on leaving the job. Like, that is what motivates me in my business to keep going. So for me, with the like page, I kind of am a little bit of a red where I do like some research. I'm a huge YouTuber. I cannot sit still. I cannot sit through, 2 hours of training. I can't read a book. It has to be audible. So I would go to YouTube and watch 15-minute, maybe 20-minute videos on like pages, and I would pull up double screens so I'm actually doing it while I'm watching it, because I cannot watch it and then go do it.
So which ones were your favorites that you watched?
Oh, that's a good question. I can post them. I'll post them because there's like, you know, all different ones. I did do a training called oh my gosh, I wrote it down. But it's a marketing one where pretty much I talked about all Facebook stuff. But it really dug into how to do your ads for Facebook like pages. And it's not necessarily targeting for your ads, but how your pictures should look. Because that's the first thing that people see on social media is your pictures. And if it's not positioned right, and I'm talking like down to where your eyes need to be looking for your ad pictures. So that was also something, that was Retail Network Marketing Academy.
Is what the name of that one was.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are the tips for your pictures?
Well, that was one of them, like where your eyes should be looking.
Okay.
White background. So, and you want your eyes to be looking at your text. And obviously, if you run a like page, you only have 20% text, so make it short and sweet and to the point so they know what they're looking at and be like, you know, looking at the picture or the words. You know, so I went and I took like a whole bunch of selfies, like, you know, against like a gray background, like something that's plain, a plain background.
So you don't have to have professional pictures taken to create a Facebook ad, right?
No, I feel like professional pictures, they don't get people to come. It's too, like you want people to connect with you, not everybody's having professional pictures taken.
Right.
So it may just be a picture of me in my bedroom wall.
But at least it's a blank wall and it's a good looking
And I can write on it.
Right, okay, all right.
Yep.
Okay, so now what other things from the training? Let's get specific on your like page. And so we're going to talk about ads, but let's just kind of talk about what are the things you post about on your like page that get you the most traction. Are they fitness related?
No. My fitness related posts on my like, I've got like 6,500 likes on there. My fitness ones get like, I don't know, 5 likes. I'm like, oh yay, I just did all this. But my faith ones are the ones that get 17 shares, 50 some likes, 20 some comments. And I'm okay with that because it's driving more people to my page. So that's kind of, I base that and I base, you want me to go into my challenge groups?
Yeah.
So one of my tips is basing your challenge groups off of your likes. So my most successful challenge groups are my faith-based challenge groups because that is who has liked my page. I don't actually get anybody from my regular Facebook page, everybody comes from my like page. So I have created a template for a Christian-based challenge group that's 4 weeks long.
Okay. So now, how do you find let's kind of take a step and go ads. So now we've got to find Christian-based people because that's what you're targeting when you're creating ads, because that's what your like page, how you can really make it work for you. What is sort of your ad? Like what are your keywords? How do you decide what to put in an ad?
Okay, so like I said, I'm not one to do like major trainings. This year I am with Marsha doing the Jesse Reagan training, but I am the type of person that will, if I see somebody doing really well at something that I want to do well in, I will ask them how they do it. So I've asked numerous coaches, and yes, they have said no, and I've moved on. I have not taken it personally, but I've asked numerous coaches to get on the phone with me of areas that I want to improve on. So I have gotten on phone calls with coaches, and they've gone over what they would do, how they've done it. So one of the things is I have created since December 28th of 2014, I really started digging into my like page. And at that point, I started boosting an ad for likes, right? $3 a day, $2 to $3 a day does not need to be expensive. And it runs continuously. I may throw in a second one if I'm feeling fun. But it's one runs all the time. And from that, I will go through and I will friend request 5 to 10 people that I feel like I can work with by judging their profile picture. I don't friend everyone. But that's what I do.
So what are your keywords in your ad when you're setting up an ad?
So I highly suggest that you go and do Google Analytics on your Facebook like page so that you know what type of people are coming to your page. That's how I found out that I have anywhere from 25 to 36-year-olds, what states they're coming from. That way I can really target what they like. And that's what I add in there. So for me, it would be, I do a lot of Christian stuff, and I throw in some things that I like Life Point Church down in Pittsburgh, Virginia. I will do that because that is something that I'm passionate about. I will also do anything that has to do with a mom. whether it's a working mom, even though I don't work, but I am somebody that they can appeal to.
Right. So, and it's not Beachbody related, it's not Shakeology, it's not fitness, it's not weight loss, it's authors, it's brands, it's things that relate specifically to what you like and what you're looking for in a person. All right, so your business, what percentage of your Success Club points comes from, or what comes from your like page at this point?
100%. And that, honestly, is not because of ads, it's because I take the time and I'm a glue and I connect with people. So these people I'm friending, as soon as they accept my friend request, I send them a message that says, hey, thanks so much. Send, how are you? I always send 2, because if they get 1, they're like, yeah, whatever, but if they get 2, like, who the crap is this person messaging me? So they look at it, and then they start writing me back. And if they don't write me back, but they saw it, now they're gonna start seeing my stuff that I post on regular Facebook. So that is what has worked for last year, and you know, I continue to add people that way.
Yeah, and you're gonna continue to grow and learn new trainings, and Facebook changes, and so we keep continuing to have to improve like pages, but I think it's pretty impressive that, and I think the most important piece going forward is go out, take action, and start playing around with this. Start doing the training. There's so much free stuff out there that you can do. But remember to connect with the people. If you're gonna run an ad and you want it to be successful, you have to connect with the people that are liking your advertisement, right? And you have to have content on your like page that keeps driving them back for more.
Yep, I'll friend request even people who have commented like an email or something like that. Because I'd rather, even though they comment through email, that means that they're interested, but I'd rather talk to them on Facebook than send an email. So I'm like, I sent you a friend request. Let's chat.
Cool. All right, any last thoughts? All right, so does that help you guys with some stuff for like pages? All right, guys, Google's your best